Hi, guys, and welcome to the 13th day of the 25 Days of Hope, where I am pouring, encouraging, and uplifting you for the next 25 days. Listen, I have a question for you guys on this 13th day, and my question is, when was the last time that you made time for God? When was the last time that you silenced all devices, that you got to yourself, and that you just sat in stillness to seek His voice and to seek His face? When was the last time that you just had a genuine, open heart, pure conversation with Him to reveal to Him what you're going through and how you feel about certain situations and things? When was the last time that you opened up His good book and read to get to know Him, or asked the Holy Spirit to lead you to chapters and verses that it wanted, that where there was information that God wanted you to know in this season? When was the last time? It is so important that we make time for God. We should always be making time for God. We all are going through things in our lives, and it has intensified in this holiday season, whether it's spiritually, financially, emotionally, and in any way. We all are going through something, and the only person that can give us peace, the only one that can comfort us or strengthen us or then move on the behalf or do the impossible is God. But sometimes He just want to hear from you. Even though He knows all and He sees all, He still wants to hear from you. He still wants to have that intimate relationship with you. He still wants to have that one-on-one time with you. And it's so amazing how the enemy can get us so distracted in everyday life with dealings, whether we distracted with work, or whether we distracted with our kids or our spouses, or some of us just distracted with social media, with the strolling. We so distracted, we're so busy that we just don't have time for God. But what if God just didn't have time for us? What if God just didn't have time to wake us up this morning? What if God just didn't have time to move on the behalf of those prayer requests and petitions we've lifted up to Him? What if God just didn't have time to deliver us? What if God just didn't have time to heal us? What if God just didn't have time to transform us? What if God just didn't have time to move us from a situation that is killing and depleting us? What if He was just too busy for us? I'm going to tell you guys this, and this is so important. Always make time for God. You can say small prayers throughout the day. It's ways to get Him in your day and keep Him in your everyday life. Do you hear what I'm saying? We're so funny that we make time. We as people make time for what and who we want to make time for. It's no excuse. We're never too busy for what we want to do and who we want to do it with. So why not be too busy for God? Yesterday when I got off work, and I had to ask for forgiveness for this, because I had slacked up on my prayer time. I went from being prayerful every day to now I was like skipping a day and praying and skipping a day and praying. And I was like, no. I got to get back on track. I got to stay consistent, because see, my God been good to me on a daily basis. So why should I slack up on Him? And so I got in my car yesterday as I was leaving work, and I turned on my worship music and I began to pray. And as I began to pray, my heart got really overwhelmed and heavy, and the tears began to roll from my eyes, and I just began to cry out to God, and I began to ask for forgiveness, and I began to talk to Him and tell Him about things that was going on in my life, things that I was seeing, things that I wasn't understanding, things that I want, things that I desire, things that I was trying to work towards, things that I was battling with. And the way that I felt His love and the way that I felt His presence in that car was so amazing. It was such a moment, just such a moment of warmth and love, just knowing that He was there with me, that He was hearing me. And although He know everything that I'm going through, everything that I'm dealing with, everything that I'm trying to do, He still just showed me that He appreciated me making that time for Him to talk to Him, to continue that relationship with my Father, to continue that intimacy with my Father. And that's what He desires from all of us. That's what He wants from all of us. So my question again for you guys on today is, when was the last time you made time for God. And if it's longer than 24 hours, if it's longer than 48 hours, I want to encourage you guys to make some time for him, because you need him. You need him every day, but you definitely need him more than ever in this season. The enemy is busy. His biggest thing is to keep you distracted so that you can stay off course. His biggest thing is to keep you distracted so you can get off alignment. His biggest distraction is to get you out of position, because all and everything that you've been believing God for and everything that God has promised you is right there, and it's about to overflow and to pour. But if you're not in alignment, if you're not on the right path, then you are going to miss that overflow. You're going to miss that blessing. And that's what the enemy wants you to do. He sees everything that God has promised you. He knows where you're headed. He knows your destiny just like you know your destiny. So his greatest thing to do in your life is to take you another route. He wants to connect you to the wrong people. He wants to put you in the wrong places. He wants to make you doubt everything that God has already promised you. And so you either can believe the lies that the enemy tells you, or you can continue to speak the one who can't lie, the one who is the truth. And if you anything like me, I'm going to believe the truth. God made me some promises. I'm believing God for them promises. I don't care what it look like. I don't care what it feel like. But I know that it's on the way. So I'm going to continue to walk and believe and trust that it's on the way. Do I know when it's coming? No, but I am in full expectation. And that's how you have to be in this faith walk. And in order to strengthen your faith, you have to continue to strengthen your relationship with God. The stronger the relationship with God, the stronger the faith. The stronger the relationship with God, the stronger the faith. In order to have that strong relationship with God, you got to make time for him. So I pray that this message has encouraged somebody on today. And until tomorrow, you guys be blessed and a blessing.